I shared an eggless macaron video a couple of weeks back and everyone seemed to love it. I knew I had to repeat it for Diwali and give it a festive makeover this time with pistachios and rose. Let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is to sift almond flour and icing sugar together. To ensure that they don't have any lumps. Now in a clean bowl, I'll add aquafaba, which is basically water from a can of chickpeas. Using my electric mixer, I'll start beating the aquafaba at low speed and gradually take it up to high speed. Alright, so my aquafaba has become foamy. This is when I can gradually start adding in the caster sugar. I'll add it in batches and mix well after each addition. After beating for a few more minutes, you will see that the aquafaba begins to look slightly glossy and will form soft peaks. You need to continue beating until your aquafaba has stiff peaks. Alright, so this is what I was looking for. I can now start adding in the icing sugar and almond flour mixture. I'll be adding it in 2 batches and I'll incorporate each batch with my spatula using the cut and fold method. So I'm going to mix only until the batter freely starts to fall off my spatula. Remember to check after a couple of strokes so that you don't end up overmixing your macaron batter. So the batter looks good. I'll now transfer this into a piping bag. So I've transferred the batter into a piping bag attached with a small round tip, and before I start piping my macarons, I'm going to push the air bubbles out of the piping bag. I have a baking tray here lined with silicone mat. I'm going to hold my piping bag at a 90-degree angle and start piping my macaron shells. So all my macaron shells are nicely piped. I'm going to let them sit on the counter for about 15 minutes so that they form a film on top, which means when I touch them, it shouldn't stick to my finger. I'm also going to preheat my oven to 140 degrees Celsius. And after 15 minutes, I'll rotate my baking tray so that my macarons bake evenly. I'll be filling them with a rose buttercream frosting. I'll leave that recipe in the description box below. And for the center, some pistachio butter, which you can make at home very easily simply by processing some pistachios in a blender until you get a nice and smooth paste which looks like this. These adorable rose and pistachio macarons would make for such a great gift that I promise would make everyone happy. So try this recipe out and have a great festive season.